Real talk. My last couple of videos actually seem a little bit uninspired to me. You are allowed to disagree in the comments, but I feel like I have been very classic in my way of filming things. It has been just very straightforward projects. And I kind of want to get out of that rut and put some more creativity and inspiration in what I'm going to do next on this channel. So to do that, I am inviting myself and I'm also inviting you for a day of play. Today, I'm just going to film whatever activities my mind gets to on this Sunday. I am alone. There is no one I need to be accountable for but myself. So I'm just going to get playful, creative, inspirational. I don't know, maybe at the end of this video I have a finished object, maybe I don't. Maybe I have made quite a lot of plans for future projects and maybe I don't. I don't know, that is not the goal of this video. The goal of this video is just to get inspiration, to get creative and to play. Sometimes adding just a little pop of color to your space also is a way to inspire inspiration. Inspire inspiration. Okay. Last week I went to IKEA to get some more storage bins for all my fleeces and yarns and what have you, but also my stool is now a toadstool. The first thing actually that I want to get creative, playful with is color, and specifically these colors. This is a pot of solar dyeing that I had going on the windowsill for a couple of weeks. I can exactly pinpoint when Pope Francis died. I was so frazzled that I just had to go out in nature. I picked a lot of dandelions and made dandelion jelly with it, absolutely delicious. And the leftover dandelions I put in this solar dyeing pot. Now I see there is a little bit of mold on it, so I think it is high time to clear this out and then play with the resulting little bat. So now the reason why the underside of this wool is red is because when I filled it up I hadn't cleaned it and there were some leftover bits of matter in it, but I thought, well, it'll just be nice to have two dye sources in there, right? And I was right. It's almost like a pastel version of my current outfit. Of course, this is wet. I cannot play with wet wool as much as I can with dry wool, so let's dry it. Change of plans. Before we actually entirely dry that bat, let's add some more color to it. I have some iron solution and maybe possibly also an actually blue copper solution. So what I just thought of, and I don't know if it's actually going to work, but we're just going to play, figure out and find out. What if I painted these solutions on top of it? No, don't know if it does anything. Maybe I need something else to paint with than this boar bristle brush. I could splatter it though. Whee! Splat, 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 splat. The next couple of days here in Belgium will be around 26 degrees Celsius. So it would be a pity to leave my solar dyeing pot empty, wouldn't it? Now I don't have any scoured white fluff anymore. It's all gone. Need to scour more, I think. Is that play? I don't know. It's preparation. That's also important. How can you be creative if you don't have your stuff prepared? It's going to limit you in any way, it's going to limit me in every way if I just want to dye and I don't have prepared fluff. So do that now. What do you think about this fleece? I've got it maybe 2 years ago now. It's a Hampshire down fleece. So Hampshire down is a breed I have never worked with before, and it's just been sitting here. I have no actually concrete plans for it, so why not scour a new breed? Yeah, I'm going to scour a new breed. Now, like most of the fleeces I get, this is a fleece from a farmer that does not breed their sheep for wool. I am seeing lovely crimp in this fleece, but also a hecton of VM, like actual tree leaves. Oh my god, we've got the entire stable of hay. Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. Oh, what is this? Don't know if I will take fleeces from this farmer anymore. Oh my. I think this is the worst I have got in all my years of spinning. I just took this because it's a farmer I know, friends of my parents. Oh, I don't know if this is even salvageable. Oh, let's try and find salvageable parts, and then the rest maybe can be like mulching or something in the garden. It's so soft though, it's so soft though. I think I can deal with that. Yeah, that's the amount of hay I can deal with. I think the status of Belgian sheep fleeces is a self-fulfilling prophecy a little bit. Like, it is true, nobody wants the fleeces, and if nobody wants your fleeces, then why would you as a sheep keeper like care about the fleeces? You're not going to put your sheep on a tarp to shear it. The fleeces are not going to get bought anyway, so why would you put in all that extra effort? But on the other hand, now I'm going to be put off of getting fleece from that particular farmer, because I might just use 25% of this fleece and leave all the rest, because I'm literally digging through a stack of hay. I'm trying to find a needle in a haystack. Just a little bit of usable fluff. And like usable, I find this usable. Like, there are people that would not call this usable. I am not very picky because I can pick it out, but it's too much. This fleece? No, I'm sorry. You cannot see this because sunlight, but do you see it? That's more hay than fluff. I didn't want to be nagging in this video, but the fluff has made me. So what I've got here now is something I am much happier to work with, and I would actually classify this as gorgeous fluff. Ah. So soft, so crimpy. With our fleece on medium heat with some soap, let's now rinse out these spots that we made in our tiny little bed over here. Color shifting achieved with the extra additions of the iron and copper are very subtle, but I do think this part looks very much greener, and then over here is a much more somber color than the original dandelion yellow that was here. So I think we did get some results, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to let this bat dry now out here in the sun, and hopefully later today we can play with it spinning wise. Now, this day of play wouldn't of course be complete without playing a bit with fiber. I'm just going to, as I tend to do, throw a bunch of fiber on my drum carder and then hopefully spin a very fun yarn. I'm going to start with the leftover samples that Catherine sent me, so the leftover Shetland and the leftover Navajo churro. Maybe only the leftover Shetland. I think I want to maybe spin the Navajo churro on its own to completely experience it. I have some sample of this, and I don't know what it is actually. I have forgot to label it, but it's going to go on there as well. And some of this pink wool, just to add some color. Also don't know what that is, as stated in my video where I actually spin this yarn, or spin, yeah, this is yarn, this is jumbo yarn. I'm correct in what I'm saying. I have this dark blue mohair. I think it was mohair. And this is actually packing material from Regenbogenwolle. It's maybe the same thing that I have already thrown on here. It's Highland wool, Peruvian Highland wool, South American Highland wool. I don't know what it is. I don't even care. I'm just here to play. I also have some black alpaca from Le Pagado Vendoux. Yeah, why not? It might surprise you, but in my entire spinning career, I have actually never spun a corespun yarn before. And I saw Andrea Alexander's last video on it, and I'm very inspired to just try for myself. Like I know the theory. Now just to take it into practice, I guess. I have this cone of yarn as my core, and I'm going to use my very loosely carded bat to wrap around it. I don't know the technical terms to talk about this. I'm just here to experiment, and I hope you are here for some experimentation too. Ah! How to get started on this though? Like this? Am I doing it? Ah, no, that's flying, that's flying. Kinda, sorta looks like I'm doing it. Ah! This is very exciting, but also difficult. That looks so cool, don't you think? Ah! At the risk of sounding like a broken record, but damn, this is so cool. This looks so textural and nice, and I love how all the colors interplay. Why have I never spun a core yarn before? This is so cool. Ah, I'm so happy. Like some of you commented on my yellow vest video that it is cool that I can see the end result of my project in my mind's eye, but this was so freeing of not seeing it, of just spinning yarn for spinning the yarn. And novelty experience. It just releases so much dopamine and endorphin and all the happy serotonin and, you know, whatever, the happy chemicals. I'm going to go for my spinner's yarn design book to see how I can ply this, because as this was my first time core spinning, I had to hold the core really tightly to get it all done. So this is very energized, so I think I need to ply this. I think I need to ply this. You might disagree with me, but I do think so. But maybe before we start plying, let's refresh the water in our scouring bath. What about maybe just a spiral yarn? Yeah, I think that would look cute. So I'll just ply it with the core. You know what my corespun single actually reminds me of? Approximately every millennial scene kid's hair. And I say this very affectionately. Like, the scene kids were the cool kids at my school, and I wasn't a cool kid. I was very much in awe of people dressing and showing their sense of style like that. I was too much self-aware to do that because I was already called weird. They were right, of course. As an adult, of course, I care less, a lot less, about being perceived as weird because, as I said, they are right, of course. And I did find expressing myself in my fashion and my clothes to be so freeing, and knitting and spinning has helped me so greatly with that. I feel like I'm very much dressing like me a lot more ever since I've started making my own clothes. I'm back with another bat. second skein, and I feel like this one is a lot nicer. I think I had a little bit more control over my core spinning, which makes the spiral plying then pop more. You know, this day of play was all about getting more inspiration. Oh, this is giving me inspiration. I mean, I have just a skein of the pink, but also of the blue. And why is my umbrella attacking me? How cool would like a woven cowl or a woven scarf look with this, and then combined with the matching purple and blue? Yeah, that would be so cool. Too bad it's getting summer and I have no use for shawls and cowls and scarves. But I have written down the idea. I put most of that Hampshire down fleece on my IKEA shoe rack to dry and then store for later usage, but also a bit went into my solar dyeing pot, together with some sandalwood and orkanet or alkanet, which I got from Okra in France, and I also added a little bit of bloody dog. I don't actually know the English word for this plant, bloedzuring, and it is that one. Now we just have to wait a couple of weeks. You can see already that there is some purple forming on the bottom. And by now it is 3:30 and this little bed also has dried. I think I'm just going to spin it as one of my usual spins to round off this day of play, of creativity nicely. I am aware that actually I could have made at least 3 different project videos out of this one video. Like quantity-wise, that was not the best decision I made today. But I just wanted to make a video where we could cozy, craft together, you know, have a day, have a play date. Because I think play is such an important part of a creative process, and I have been not doing it. I realized that when in the Angora video, I talked about how many meters I had spun in 2025, and then it was only a kilometer. And seeing that footage back made me think of that one very famous quote of Gerard Way: "I'm not okay." I mean, I'm okay, I promise. It dawned on me that I had been going out of my way to do other projects that didn't include spinning, because somehow spinning felt to me like it asks of me so much energy and time that I didn't feel like I had. Because it has been a lot, 2025, you know, getting married and such, also having a day job. I have been very tired, so very tired. So my go-to was to just do a knitting project, because knitting projects you can do in the sofa and be lazy about it. But when I finally realized that, oh no, I have been going out of my way to not do a spinning project, I realized that while I was doing that to save myself some energy, I also didn't get the energy that I normally get from spinning. So I was going to end up in this endless cycle of not spinning because I'm tired, but then also not getting the energy from the spinning that I usually get. So I realized last week, some things gotta change. I need to get back on my spinning wheel, but not with like a very big monotonous project. No, I need to play, I need to be happy, I need to get the dopamines. That's what we did today. And that is why this is probably a very long, very chaotic video with multiple projects. I just needed to get my hands into the fiber and feel it. But also doing it like this also gave me multiple new ideas for future videos that aren't just knitting projects. And that's a good thing. Even though, I mean, I love knitting, you know that. I love knitting, you love knitting, everybody loves knitting. But it's a good thing to just do your other hobbies as well. So do we feel like we have boosted our creative flow, have exercised our inspirational muscle? I feel like I have. This was a good day. I got so many enjoyment out of just playing with what I love most, which is fiber. I didn't think that I would have 3 skeins of yarn at the end of this video, like it's 6 o'clock in the evening right now. That's a really good, hard working day to have 3 skeins of yarn right now. But of course, those 3 skeins of yarn, the quantity of that is not what matters to me. It matters that I had a good day of playing, of being creative, and do some stuff that I would never have done otherwise. I'm not one to make structural textured yarns very often, but I'm so glad that I just went with it and did it, because I'm madly in love with these 2 skeins, and I want to continue a creative process with them. This one is nice, like this is just a normal nice yarn. I'm very happy that I spun it, but there is nothing really special or playful about it. But who doesn't just love a little pastel skein, right? Just to get the juices flowing, to get the spinny juices flowing. I'm also really glad that today I just prepared more fluff for more fiber adventures, that I put another solar dipod on the windowsill. So many happy things prepared for the future. What is actually your favorite recipe to get your inspirational muscle kicked back into gear? How do you get your creative flow flowing? Is it akin to me, like just have a day of play? Or do you have another method? I would really like to know. Maybe I could try it out one day. Anyway, if you like these kind of fiber shenanigans, then maybe you could like, comment or subscribe, but of course that is all up to you. And as for me, I will see you in a next video. But before we do that, here are some more spinning shenanigans.